Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to part 2 for block printing. For today, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you tips and information that will be needed or suggested for doing any kind of block printing. I'll be showing you my sketches, my ideas, and why I wanted to do what I did. And after that, at the end of the video, I will also be showing you my prints, like stuff that I have done in the past, and what I thought about everything. Maybe I can be able to show you what I have, and you can give me suggestions or ideas for the future, like what I need to do better and what's going to be next. Anyway, I hope you enjoy watching this video. Bye.
This is a little polar bear I drew from reference online, and
this is going to be a gift for my sister as a Christmas gift. And one of the tips that I'm going to be showing you is that you're going to get whatever speedball, blades, and stuff like that.
And I got
Different kinds of sizes and stuff. I only got the small and the bigger sizes because that's what I'm only worried about right now. And one of the things that if you get caught in class with all this is never carve towards you, because this can be prone to injury whenever you're carving towards you. So you'll always want to go out like that and away from you. I have heard cases of people getting like poked through here and having to go to the emergency room, and that didn't sound like a very interesting experience. And then I experimented with the type of something going on top. The reason why I
would go for a darker colors that way whenever I am using
a marker or some kind of pencil and stuff like that I can draw on top, it will show up. And that way I can be able to, when I carve, I can really understand what is my contrast. When you just have it just white, it makes it really difficult. This is acrylic that I painted on. I would not recommend it because I was just learning on how it works. It peels off very easily. This is done marker, and I think it does have a little better result.
Okay, let's get started on this print and explore.
One of the things that I'll probably help out is the texture and the detail. So I'm going to get a new one right here. It's just like Speedy-Carve, that we can be able to practice and learn on what things are. And this one I'm going to be showing you, and as well as experimenting
to do that
on how to make wonderful like little details and stuff. I would clean it off if you wanted to have a better coverage on it with your. For this, we're gonna be, let's say,
section it off
here, and then we're gonna be doing actually let's do it like this, a gradient. So with this gradient, we're gonna do light to lighter. So this, you can really tell what's happening. And then this is going to be covered completely. No, this is just going to be a first experiment for what the value will be given to us after exploration. And for what we're looking for in this guy is that we want to be able to carve around like this instead of doing a line, like, because that's going to cause issues. It's going to, let's see if I have an example of that. It's going to be like this right here. So you see how the little line and it goes through.
That would be the result if done like that.
It seems like I had a problem with the recording. I ran out of storage. So going back to what we were saying earlier.
These are just going to be references for the kind of gradient we would want here in these iterations.
This is going to resemble what's going on right here. And with that being said, I'm going to start the little time lapse of like cutting it. I'm going to be cutting it here. That way I can use this space for other things and just focus on this. Okay, I just finished the cutting of this, and there are certain things that I have noticed and that I want to explore into a little bit more. Is the when you're cutting them diagonally, or even in here, the ridges of where you're using for the blade. So I have a really big and deep one, and I have a really light one. I mostly just focus on this, but if you only do it lightly on here, kind of like what I did here, lightly, and then I went heavier on my pressure down here, you can see that it becomes a wider gouge, and that could be a cool experimentation for what the results are going to be like. This one has been mostly consistent. However, I also added these to be more parallel instead of cutting it this way, so we're going to see what differences those may have.
I have also carved in the letters white with the ridge
for the white and a darker, deeper ridge for the dark. That way we can see the thickness of our writing. And then now I'm going to be using the back of this for the print, so we can see on how that works. This is going to be another one of those. Very relatively quick. See if I can show the shine on here. Yeah. See that? That's what I'm looking for. And don't you worry, this will come off really quickly in just water and soap. And now I'm gonna put this on. Does it really matter where? Just gonna do it like that. Seems like I put in a really nice layer, so it's probably gonna come out amazing, I hope. Okay. This is the result.
And you can see some of the stuff were still dry or wet completely as it is seen.
Not bad. Okay. Now you can see that what I have cut, there were some parallel stuff that I didn't cut enough, but this is kind of a cool little like exposure. Like this has really low, a really high light exposure or something like that, and it goes really dark. And then you can see that it got lighter gouge, a deeper gouge, and the white, the dark. So now this kind of does help me understand why I want forest here, which is right there. I have that now. And so this is the one that has more paint on it and is less splotchy. And you can definitely experiment with the ways that it will be done. So now since I have this as a reference, I'm going to start doing this. And that way you can be able to see the results of it. And then after that, I will, in the end, talk to you about the differences between the pink and the white. They're really interesting. Okay, now just finished it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all of this acrylic residue off and then clean it. And then that way I can start prepping it. And in that case, I'll be right back. Well, something terrible just has happened. Remember I was trying to clean it? It's broke. Really unfortunate. However, I think I can still be able to do the print. I just have to do it really, really well. And I'll probably like paint over in the between. This is just sad. I didn't realize how brittle it is. Cause what happened, I was folding it. That way I can get the creases and clean it a lot easier, and it's just broke. So now you know a little bit about how well it works. Anyways, I'm gonna get started on the same process I did for the experiment, and I'll show you what the results are. I think I'm gonna do this in a black version and a white version. Well, the results now of it with one in black and white. You can see that the crack is still there, but depending on how well I do with the black and stuff, I think I will go with the black instead of the white. But this is a really nice experimentation for when we do it, as well as what I have done here. And like for these kind of results, as well as the gradient, then this is just a really good basis of exploration
for any future designs.
And now moving on to what I've really thought about in the experimentation of these two different things. One thing, obviously, as mentioned before,
White block is so brittle it cracks very easily.
This is a beginner's friendly, very easy to carve into.
While in terms more of,
these are a lot more firmer, which means that they're not going to get. I started right around here and it cracked on the white one. This one is a lot thinner, a bit firm, and it's harder to carve into compared to these. And I do like both of them. I will go more for this one if I want to do something really nice and really curvy and really fun. While this one is something that could be more similar.
like linoleum. I don't have that material. With the linoleum, you can have it really thin and carve it nicely. For the upgrade, you can get
some like sharper tools and stuff.
along with ink.
Hi everyone, it's been a really fun project with the polar bear, the polar bear and friend, and all of the tips that I have given for y'all. I hope it was enough for you guys to understand what you need to do. Otherwise, you will enjoy and find your way through other videos and online like suggestions. If you have any questions for this specifically, let me know and maybe I can be able to help answer. What I'm going to show you now is the drawing and the prints and the idea that I've done. But like through the videos, you can, you know, you've seen this, you've seen all of the drawing that I've done and what they like, probably through like other projects and like kind of like that experimentation. What I've done is actually put them in my notebook, my sketchbook, and that is right here. So I would be doing some small iterations of the design and kind of think like, what did I want to do? Like I'll show you. Like you can pause if you want, but if on video, you can see that I have done like some small like Starry Night inspiration. That was this right here, and I just incorporated into the actual design. A lot of what I was thinking of with etching. And with etching, you can be able to get a lot more detail, and that's what was used for like block printing. And like some more like suggestions and ideas of like spiritual idea realms. This one's just fun, but I've done like a little bit of block printing for these, and I can be able to show you what those are like, as well as portraits. Well, like I was thinking I can do some self-portraits design and think of what would be really cool, as well as some personal projects that I have done, like this guy. He's awesome. I'm really into like windigos and angels like that. So to show you what those are like, you know, I've done a bunch of testing, like stacks, like where you have seen throughout other videos, and a lot of it is like it's not enough ink, so I would go back at it. Like one thing for b-ball prints is that it will have a texture depending on how thick the paint. That word's not on my mind. And I thought in the beginning with these, you know, this one broke, this one didn't. But like with these kind of things, I thought that with the thickness that they are, I can be able to do a lot of layers for carving and printing, while compared to these guys, I wouldn't be able to. So that's just one thought. However, this one is a really old project where I've done a bunch of patterns and like different textures and all that fun stuff. Back in, see, almost 10 years ago. This is a long time ago, but with that, I can show you my big piece of stuff that I have done. So with this, you can be able to see I have different colors. I had it where I use Prismacolors or color pencils. I can also use like watercolor underlay. So it's just something that could be fun as a little contrast, a little bit of experimentation to get like Andy Warhol inspiration. As well as if you were to do layers of an order like block printing that you're carving it out every single time, you will get limited prints. But this is one of mine that I've done as well as almost 10 years ago, where you will start on the lightest layer, you carve out the lightest layer, and then you go to the next layer, and then you go to the last layer, or depending on how many layers. So some can have 7 layers, some can have 3, some can have 2. It really depends on what you guys do. And another thing I have thought about is making stamps. If you guys want me to like show you a video on that, let me know. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy this video and have a wonderful day. Bye.